After several months of waiting, a linebacker in the portal has finally chosen the Mountaineers, and he has chosen me to tell you about it. Who is it? Where is he from? And what do I think about him? We're going to get to that on the other side of the intro on this episode of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football.
This is for Cameron.
What is up? Welcome in, guys. My name is Mountaineer Paul, and you have landed yourself here again at Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. And guys, let me tell you, been in contact with a player in the portal. It's been speculated on that he would be a Mountaineer for a few months now. This is a kid that I'm really, really high on, I'm not going to lie. After having watched his tape and assessed a lot of his different skills, I really believe he has a chance to contribute down the line for the West Virginia Mountaineers. Who is it? I'm going to use an article from Mike Osti at West Virginia Sports Now to introduce this kid. He wrote an article a couple of months ago. Becoming a Mountaineer could be the life change Navy linebacker transfer Tyler Cain is seeking. And guys, that's a really good article. I highly encourage you to go over to West Virginia Sports Now and read the article by Mike Osti, where he talks about he gives some background information on this kid and some of the stuff he's done and dealt with in the transfer portal. I started talking to Tyler a few months ago as well. I saw the preferred walk-on go out to him, so I reached out. We've been able to correspond several times over the few months, and he messaged me this morning and said he wanted to announce to the world that he wants to be a Mountaineer, guys. I'm going to share that conversation with you. I decided I would have him write. I asked him a few different questions. I'm just going to give you the answers because I decided I just wanted you guys to get to know him and some of his thought processes as he made this decision. He says, I picked Navy initially because I felt like it would benefit me to go to a smaller D1 school and shine. Not only that, but to have a good career if I don't make it pro, and also having a full scholarship. The only offers I had coming out of high school were West Virginia and Navy. What happened at Navy was the government passed a rule how service academies can't go pro anymore. You have to serve a few years, then go in. In my mind, I felt like I wouldn't be motivated to be that dog on the field, knowing I can't go pro out of college. Also, the head coach left, but that wasn't a big deal to me. A lot of coaches did, to be totally honest with you. When I came home from Christmas break, my mind was already made up that I was going to leave. So I was blowing up Coach Brown's phone and Coach Castile, which is Jeff Castile's son, phone, and then they texted back and told me to come on a visit. It's for a walk-on, which is another answer to the question that I had, because they're saving some scholarship for the season. And he was also in conversations with Cincinnati and Pitt. I know that was a little jumbled, guys, and I apologize, but I thought that'd be the best way to convey some of the conversation he and I had. He gave me the go-ahead to do that. And now let's get to part of the video that's my favorite. That's assessing his skills on the field. I watched a lot of tape of the kid, as much as I could get my hands on, and also a few snippets he has on his profile. It's at Tyler Cain 08 on Twitter. Be sure to go check his profile out, guys. Give him a follow. Like some of his videos. He's got highlights of him when he played in high school and in prep school on his profile. You can see for yourself exactly what I'm talking about here, but I'm going to break down some of what I saw. He's going to be recruited to West Virginia to play both Mike and Bandit linebacker, from what he tells me. And off the edge, he's pretty special. He's got really great get-off, but his closing speed is really where he shines, in my opinion. He's got great short area burst and is also able to play in pass coverage really well, which was a nice surprise to see. But in my opinion, I think this kid is a bandit. He's got really good bend coming around the edge. He uses his hands. He's able to engage, shed, and make the tackle. He loses little to no punch when he engages bigger players than himself, which is really also exciting to see. And he's got good size at 6'2 to 6'3, 230 to 240 pounds. So this is a physical specimen. He was recruited to play Division I football at Navy, who had, over the last couple of years, one of the best defenses in the country year in and year out. He's probably around really good coaches, and West Virginia recruited him out of high school. Is he a transfer like Tyreek Austin Cave, who has a pedigree and came from Miami? No. Is he a guy like Lee Koba? No, he didn't go that route either. He's different. He's gone his own route. He is a preferred walk-on, but in my opinion, he's good enough to get a scholarship. And I think before it's all said and done, he will have earned that scholarship. That's how highly I think of this player. No, it's not because he chose me to give this information out. I truly just evaluating him on a face value level, looking at the film, I personally believe he's good enough. If I didn't, I wouldn't have made the video. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe down below if you haven't subscribed to Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. Would really love you guys to drop a comment on this one, guys. Haven't been making a whole lot of football videos lately. Haven't had a lot to make videos about. I was excited to get this one out to you guys. Hopefully you guys were as thirsty for some knowledge about football as I was. And also, guys, if you can't do any of those things, at least like the video. Just move your finger a couple inches, man. Hit that like button. It would really mean a whole lot to me, guys. I would really appreciate it. A couple last notes on Tyler Cain. He is a Beaver Falls product from Pennsylvania, so he's played at a high level of football in high school. When I asked him about some of his times, he said he hasn't ran a 40 in a couple years, but he estimates himself to be in the low 4.7 to 4.6 range, which is really good for a linebacker. It's certainly good enough for somebody coming off the edge. And honestly, short area explosion and burst are what he shows more of. Closing speed, when making tackles, when he sees something, it's like a heat-seeking missile. That's the kind of player he is. When you turn on the tape, you'll see that. And I think some of you will get as excited as I am about this player. Really hope you guys like this video, guys. I apologize for the lighting, for the lack of a backdrop for yet another week. I'm going to fix all this stuff soon enough, guys. Just have a lot going on in life right now. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. This episode is over. I am out.
This is for Cameron. Cam.